This would be the typical situation for the front office to do. So ESPN predicts the Bengals are going to fire somebody. But it's not Coach Taylor. It's not Frank Pollock. It's not Dan Pitcher. It's not Zach Taylor being OC. They think that we're going to fire Lou Anarumo. And that's it. Fire Lou Anarumo. Call it blah, blah, blah. And that's pretty much it. They do say right here, the Bengals' logic in keeping Taylor while making changes isn't crazy. The Eagles are flying high with Nick Sirianni, was given another chance with new coordinators on both sides of the ball. The Bengals could be in for a similar bump. Taylor did get a Super Bowl. Very few can say that. Yeah, sure. Doug Peterson also won a Super Bowl. Doesn't make him a great coach. Listen, at the end of the day, this is a typical situation for... And by the way, this is Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. Shout out to him. And Dan. It's a typical Bengals move here. No, this would not fix anything or / do anything correctly. Number one, without even an idea in my head, Frank Pollock needs to go. We need to fix this offensive line structure 100%. That's not a, back and forth. That's not a option here. You need to get rid of him. You need to. Second off, I still agree Zach Taylor should be fired. I think he should be promoted to an advisor role. And I think we should bring in another head coach. You're not fixing the issue by getting rid of a tiny piece that isn't really the problem. Lou Anarumo, well, yes, I agree. He needs to take some blame. He does, 100%. And when you really break it down, the fundamentals of how to tackle, the effort on defense, and the leadership of controlling that defense, Lou Anarumo has 100% lost. He has lost the locker room on defense. He has. So there needs to be some situation where, okay, he needs to take a crap ton of blame, and it's his job to fix this, right? That's why I always did. Give him one more year. Give him one more year. See what we can do if we bring in a competent offensive coordinator. Not Dan Pitcher, the puppet, and not Zach Taylor calling offense. I want an actual offensive coordinator. Someone who has a track record, who knows what the hell they're doing, who's not just going to Ask Madden every single 3 seconds. Like, we need an actual guy in there. And it's funny because they even say in here how the Bengals offense did good despite losing Brian Callahan. Come on now, stop playing. This is what I don't understand, really, about like ESPN and stuff. They post, well, the Bengals offense was good despite losing the offense coordinator. It's not a secret. It's not hidden here. It's not like it's like behind like this magical cloak of invisibility. Everyone knows Zach Taylor calls the offensive play calls. I guess ESPN can't say it because then they could get in a liability thing because, I don't know. But, like, it's just funny how they're always like, oh, yeah, the Brian Callahan was so good. Well, no, he wasn't so good, first off. Joe Burrow was amazing. We have an amazing receiving core. And Zach Taylor is the offensive play caller. Now, I will say, I feel like he's gotten worse over the years, which is kind of funny. But it really isn't this whole, oh, well, he got so, like, Brian Callahan left, and I'm surprised that they're still good. Like, there is actual teams that are thinking about hiring Dan Pitcher as their freaking head coach. God bless you, because you're going to need God. You're going to need Jesus to take the wheel if you think Dan Pitcher is going to be your head coach when he has done nothing. Good job. Home run hit right there. Save a franchise. Get Dan Pitcher. That should be a slogan on the t-shirt. Anyway. And again, you can have him. Take him as your head coach. See how that works out for you. Can you take Zach too? It just, like, this isn't fixing the problem. This isn't fixing or finding a solution. This is putting a Band-Aid on a freaking, like, I don't know, Someone got hit in a car accident, right? You put a Band-Aid on them. There you go. Fix the issue. Yeah, you did. You fixed the issue real great. You know? They're paralyzed. You put a Band-Aid on them. This is cope. This is honestly cope. You're coping if you do this. You're coping. There needs to be accountability. Something that Zach has talked about many, many times. There needs to be accountability. You have a Super Bowl roster. You do. Now, is there a lot of gaps and holes and issues? Absolutely. Right? You need to fix a lot of problems with this defense. You do. As offensive line, you need to correct it, right? Get a good offensive line coach in there that can really scheme up these guys and actually help out a lot. I think you do need to get a left guard. I think you do need to work on, Orlando Brown's health. But outside of that, you have the receiving core, you have the running back core that I think you can be very successful. Defensively, again, yeah, you need to fix some of the issues, but a lot of the issues with defense is fundamentals. It's tackling. It's pursuit. It's doing your damn job. It's being in the correct orientation. And a lot of that does fall on Lou Anarumo, our defensive backs coach, and of course, our defensive line coach as well. There's stuff that needs to be fixed, but there's stuff that, again, it's a bigger problem than just saying fire Lou Anarumo and get rid of him. It's not going to just fix it by getting rid of one piece. You have a base core problem that you need to fix. And I know the Bengals don't like change. They hate it. Change is like pulling off their fingernails. They hate the idea of change. But the change needs to happen, It's not going to fix itself by just getting rid of one little piece. You need to go in and fundamentally destructure, or what's that word? Not destructure. You need to break down a lot of different pieces and then replace them. You do. If you have a bridge that's about to fall, right? You have a bridge that's like chipping away and it's like, shaking when you drive across it. You can't just fix one little piece of the bridge on the right-hand corner and say, I fixed the support on the right-hand side, now it's good. No, what about the left-hand side? What about the middle of the bridge? What about the left-hand side of that corner? Like, you can't just fix one little thing and think, oh, it's fixed. This isn't a Band-Aid solution. Again, it's the age-old, we're going back and forth and forth and forth. And it's funny, in all this, I know it sounds like I'm trashing on ESPN. I'm not. ESPN is probably right. They're probably right. We're going to fire Lou. And that's going to be the problem fixed, right? And they're going to say, oh, we did it. We did it, guys. We did change. No, you didn't do change. You did just enough to try to make at least a lot of fans happy, which I'm sure you did. But then guess what's going to happen? We're going to promote someone from within to be our defensive coordinator. And it's not going to be we go out and get somebody. We're going to promote someone from within. And that is the typical Bengals way, baby. Let's go. We're going to make our secondary coach our defense coordinator. And he's going to be the defense coordinator for 5 or 6 years. And we're going to wonder why things aren't getting fixed. Come on now. We say rinse, cycle, repeat for a reason. You need to fix this, man. This is getting bad. It really is. And you got a Super Bowl roster. You do. You have the fundamental pieces to be a good Super Bowl roster. What you need is the coaching staff that can put it together. Bill Belichick says one thing. He said his whole entire career. Players win games, coaches lose them. That's the most true statement ever. Coaches lose games. Because even with the best teams, you need the coaches that can scheme it together, that can put the glue together. You have all the pieces to build the house, right? You have all the wood, you have the trims, you have everything to build a house. You need the architect, you need the builder that can build that house. Just because you have the pieces from Home Depot doesn't mean crap. You need the actual builder who can come out and say, okay, this is how I'm gonna build it like this. The architect comes out and says, I want it to design like this. You need the person that comes out and inspects the house. You know, these are all important fundamental things that get the house to be built. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm going to get the best piece. I'm going to go out there and spend $1 billion on pieces of this house that I'm going to put together, and this is going to be the best house, like pieces-wise. It's going to be the best building materials. Congratulations, you're going to fail if you don't have a good builder, if you don't have a good architect. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's my problem. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.